Everyone, welcome to today's video. We're going to talk about Chainlink. It went up to $8, you know. So hi, welcome to the channel. If you're new, please subscribe, hit the bell button, like and comment. Now, you're probably noticing webcam is a lot higher. I have a new screen behind me. I'm not currently using it. I'm waiting for my new computer. I've done a bit of splashing out. New 34-inch monitor. It is freaking huge, but I'm still using my laptop. So you're probably noticing it's a little bit different. My microphone is here. I've removed my stand. I've got a different way of setting up because my new setup will be totally different. So bear with it. Anyways, we're going to talk about this video here. I've tweeted. Please do follow me on socials, on Twitter especially. I'm pretty active on there. You can see the link below, descriptions and all kinds of good stuff. I've been doing an experiment. I mentioned this today on my Twitter. I've been doing an experiment for the last 3 months regarding bullish and bearish titles, right? Random. I wanted to see how things would actually pattern out and work. Obviously, bullish titles get more views, but they don't actually get better metrics in terms of view time. I get better view time on bearish stuff than I do on bullish stuff, which is probably because of the people that are searching for things. They look at it, lip service, oh, I'm going to buy it. That could be the idea, that could be the reasoning. I hope it isn't, but look at my VeChain video, for example, 27,000 views. Good analysis, same sort of thing. Talk about what is actual real analysis in terms of what people are predicting and my thoughts. But what I'm going to do moving forward for this series here, wild predictions essentially, I'm going to do a mixture of both. I'm going to do in the title bullish and bearish so people get the full picture so anyone can jump on it. Happy days. So I want to talk about this video. I want to go over it in terms of my overall kind of feelings of what actually happened in this video. This was recorded on the 19th of May. We didn't go down obviously as low as this. This was a wild prediction of where it could potentially fall. But I've done analysis on this video. And you can see here, this is a chart. We're going to go over this exact same chart. It's exactly the same. I've not even touched it. We're going to go over and see what actually happened. And you can see here some of the target ranges and also some crazy ranges. So we're going to go over it. But we're also going to go over it in terms of these are the other targets as well. You can see $10 where we actually went up to. So pretty cool. So let's talk about it. Let's go in the chat. But first, before we start, listen up. I do not hold Chainlink. I want to. I've not got around to it yet. But I look at the long-term game. This, in my opinion, could still come down. The market, in my opinion, could still see bearish turns. I don't think one entity of altcoin is going to just rocket to the moon at any point. It doesn't just go to the moon. So just be careful with FOMO. If you're looking at buying at $7, $8 levels, just hold on. If you feel you've missed it, It doesn't matter. You do not have to be, I'll say this again, you do not have to be ashamed if you've missed a boat. There's plenty of boats out there. I personally have hedged my bets with other assets. That's fine. But I hold 6 assets. I hold 6. If I was to go with number 7, it would be Chainlink. And I will have no qualms in saying that. However, I will put where I will be comfortable buying in this video. So please stick around if you are still waiting. Again, please stick around to the end of the video. There'll be probably some really good videos that you'll see on the end cards that will probably help you in this educational space. So, what is Chainlink? I hope you've done your research. I'm not going to go over it in too much detail, but it is a very, very easy and simple solution that enables adoption in the space, connecting applications to real world services. That is it. Simple. Really, really good. It's a really, really good bit of tech. However, FOMO is kicking in. Obviously, I want to address it. I want to make sure people understand how things are going. So this was the chart that I did back on the 19th of May. That video that probably you missed out on because you saw the bearish title. I do apologize, but it doesn't matter. You should always be looking and seeing things. But there's a huge divergence possibly appearing very, very soon, depending where this candle closes on the next day. So just be careful. But I want to go over it in terms of where we've kind of been and stuff like that. Obviously, the wild predictions are probably out of this region now. That's fine. It doesn't really bother me. But I'm going to leave. I'll remove that. But I am going to leave this area on here because we've obviously been consolidating there. That could happen. Could happen. Very, very unlikely though. However, this was what I plotted last time for, right? This is the next high, or the last high. If we break through that, rocket ship, right? That's what I said on the video. It happened, obviously. In terms of the 19th of May, this was when the video was made. So let me just take this box. Apologies, by the way. If you see me just looking down, it's because the monitor that I've got is fucking ginormous. It's up there. It's in the fucking clouds, mate. It's massive. Basically, what I want... Hold on. Let me just do this before I forget. Basically, that video was in and around this region here, the 19th of May. Let me just move it to the left. It was here. In and around this resistance level. If I zoom in, you'll see it. It'll look a bit neater and tidy. You can probably see it. There you go. So this is where the video was actually recorded on the 19th of May. Around this resistance level. I was going, right, well, we'll see what happens. We could come down. We did come down, but not by much. We just wicked down to there a little bit. Then we tested other levels. But look at how these support levels and resistance levels on the weekly resistance and our support really do help in the market. But yeah, please be sure that you know what you're doing. So in terms of the video, let me make it nice and small so you can see it. Oh, there's no point. 19th of May, remember it. So, at the time, I did my longer term analysis in terms of bullish and also bearish. The wild stuff was obviously mental, but it's still totally valid in my opinion. This is what's happened, but during this time I invested in Zilliqa, I invested in VeChain and Cardano, right? Those are my three other bags that I hold and I want to accumulate over a period of years. But I'm also looking at Chainlink to start one more. Yes, I know. But longer term holds, the way I do things and the way, if you're new to the channel, I use a daily time frame. I buy on the trend and I sell in the trend as well. So essentially I take profits, I look to rebuy back low. I always hold a bag. I always hold a bag on the exchange to play with. That is how I do it. I don't dump the entire thing because that's stupid. I dump a slight amount of it just so you are fully clear on that one. So this is what it looked like. Huge run, we know. But what we're going to do now, we're going to see possibly where this can go. Now I'm going to use this area here as the start of the swing low. Basically, this area, right? This whole area. But I'm going to use the bodies. I'm not going to go from wicks. I'm going to go from this level here. And we're going to go literally to where we are right now. Just to give you a food for thought. This could be totally invalidated very, very soon. Obviously the candles are not closed, it's still very, very bullish. But I want to just kind of see where things are. And this area here, basically $4, is not a bad place to be. The 618. However, depending on the market, depending on how bearish we go, it paints a whole different story. Now, let me just address this. I know people are going to complain about this. But ultimately, I remember when people were buying Ethereum at like $800, $900, $1,000, expecting it to go to $5,000, $20,000, etc. Stupid levels, right? Obviously, we went down to $80 from that point. Now, in reality, that's a huge drop. But you got to think it looks really good right now. If you look at this, for example, here, and look at when I did this video on the 19th of May, in reality, from this point to there, it's only 112%. Now that's a lot, right? But in terms of where I invested in VeChain on the 29th of May, which is in that previous video, which I done what 3, 4, 5 days ago, give or take, I got 263% profit. So double this, essentially. Double and a bit more. Cardano, I got 115% profit. Zilliqa, I got over 70% profit. So it looks like it's doing really well, but you got to remember this started off from a much higher point. It is doing very well. If you go from the swing low of the year, it's obviously much higher. But when you think when I did that video, yeah, you may have missed a good chunk of profits there. However, just be mindful. You know, this could come down quite severely. It could come down. So just be careful if there is a turn in the market. But when you start looking at this, it would not shock me in the slightest. And I say this, if we drop over time, if Bitcoin takes a dip, if Ethereum takes a dip, if Ethereum goes back down to $150 levels, or even if Bitcoin goes on to 7 or 6K levels, where will Chainlink go in USD values? Well, do not bank against or bet against essentially the 618 level, so the $4 region. I would probably, if we get to that point, start considering Chainlink again. If we go to $4. That being said, I will probably start buying from the $4 range and go all the way back down to potentially that level there. Basically $2. So in my opinion, not financial advice, if you are thinking I've totally missed this boat, look at between the $4 and the $2 range. Now it sounds far-fetched right now. However, reason with this. If we look at the Bitcoin chart very, very quickly, if we do correct from this level and we do go down into this pocket here, which is basically one of the key levels of Bitcoin, the 6k, between the 7 and 6k levels, potentially even lower, you can bet your bottom dollar that the USD values of Chainlink will be lower. So just be careful of that. So just be mindful of what you're doing. So overall, what I would say to you guys and anyone looking at investing in something and you feel that you've missed the boat, don't feel like you've missed the boat, because you never know what's going to happen in any shape or form in this market. You just don't know. When we were at 10k Bitcoin last year, going up to 13k, would you have expected us to go back down to 3k from that point? Probably not, no. But it happened. So just be careful. So what I would do if I was a betting person in terms of I wanted to hedge investments, this green box is where I would ladder orders in all the way down if I was to do it, in my personal opinion. So that is my side of the coin. Huge drop, obviously, massive drop, but in reality you would probably argue that is the average mean of this coin. In between that zone, you got a good key weekly level, you got a 618 level there. Don't rule it out. And there we go. Update on Chainlink. I do want a bit of it, obviously. You know, I had the opportunity to buy it, but hey, I still think that opportunity will come. And if it does come, I will document it and I'll show you. So there you go. Have a good one. Please do check out the links. Obviously, there's 2 other videos there. Please do check them out. And yeah, I will see you again very, very soon.